Therapy Army. Last bit of video. How we doing, Therapy Army? Big up to Tom for joining. How we doing, people? How we doing?
Big up, everyone. Big up.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Therapy Army, what's we having you? First of all, we'll have to kick off the show and just say, you know what? Love, solidarity to all the innocent civilians, to innocent people getting caught up in this mad war between Russia and the West in Ukraine. Big up solidarity and love to the Ukrainian people, innocent people who are getting caught up in this, man. It's madness. It's absolutely madness. Alla Chino we go. Alla Chino. Alla Chino.
I couldn't believe that when you sent me that.
Alla Chino. Have you not heard that one before, lad? Alla Chino.
No, I've never heard that before.
Alla Chino, mate. Alla Chino.
Sounds like a new coffee brand.
Yo, Alla Chino, mate. Man United always want managers who are damaged, mate. Damaged. But Tom, seriously, what have you got for us? Any breaking news? Anything coming out? Talk to me.
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. Well, it's looking like Pochettino could be
it does look that way, yeah. And if anybody reads into what happened, if anybody watched the youth game last night where Ralph Rangnick was sat next to AS Monaco sporting director Paul Mitchell.
Not Phil. Get out of my pub.
Phil Mitchell.
Get out of my pub.
If anybody reads into that anyway, he is a candidate to take up a recruitment role.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, and it was reported massively by The Athletic a couple of weeks ago about hiring a deputy director of football to work under Murto. He's also under consideration for that.
Well, I
would say he's the most person who's worked with Pochettino in the last 10 years because he worked with him at Southampton when he was technical director, and he worked with him at Spurs when he was chief scout of recruitment.
And then what happened at Spurs?
As soon as Pochettino left, he left with him.
Nah, but he left before. He left before because who pissed him off? Daniel Levy. Because why? They weren't listening to him. They kept going for the cheaper option, and they were not listening to him. Daniel Levy is like the bankers. He likes to have full control. But to be fair to Daniel Levy, he's got big shares in Tottenham. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got shares in the club. It's not like Ed Woodward where he had nothing here and he was just employed.
Exactly. So big up to every one of you, man. Big up Sahil. Big up and Iman. Big up Let's Go Football TV. Big up, man. Big up Therapy Army. Where are ya? So we've got the Watford preview. It's the Watford Man United Watford preview.
Hodgson special. There it is.
Say that again.
Hodgson special.
Oh my God, he's been there, isn't it? How many? Crystal Palace.
Palace. That was it. Four times. Four times out of 8. Yeah,
and they also beat Man City. You know what I mean?
He pulls madness.
Yeah. He knows how to do it. I was there for one of the games on the Rolly. Where was it on the Dojo? Was it on the Rolly? No, it was on the Rolly, and we absolutely smashed them. We hit the post, we hit the bar. Their keeper made amazing saves. They had one break after it was 1-1.
And it was Van Arnold at the other end, wasn't it?
Exactly, Van Arnold.
I remember that game.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mitchell's more qualified than Motta. But the thing, Georgie B, and to all of you, are the bankers going to give him power? Listen, the day that I come on here and I tell you all guys to get a little bit giddy, not all the way giddy, but a little bit giddy, it's the day I hear Matt Judge is no longer Man United transfer chief negotiator. The day that I hear that, I'm telling you all of you that do not get absolutely giddy about until then, about Paul Mitchell. We could have all of the directors of football, all of them can come here, all of them. But without having full control, then it's
he's worked alongside one of the best in the business. You might know the name Luis Campos.
Yeah,
Leo.
Yeah. Well, removing the sponsor. What can I say about the sponsor? Innit? Did you see what the club put out? We care about what our fans say. like football, you don't care about what the fans say around the world. You know what? They'll find somebody else. The bankers.
Because the stock exchange, Nurdin. That's why. Stock exchange. Yeah. Did you see the boom? The price went down in Aeroflot, and that's why they've chucked it.
Exactly.
Because the UK's banned all flights coming to the
Yeah.
UK. Russia's
Yeah.
done the same thing with British Airways and everything.
Yeah.
America's done it with American Airlines, so they've got out while they can. While they've not lost going to lose billions over months or millions. They've got out while they can, and they've got out of a £40 million contract.
Exactly. Big up Alicia, let's be having you. She said, "Throw me by me army." There we go.
Yeah, the good old Yorkshire terms. Let's be having you.
Good having it. Let's be having you. Exactly. Big up to all of you. So basically about tomorrow's game, we know what happened in Watford. They smashed us 4-1. They smashed us 4-1. We got smashed us 4.
It was a 2-1 game, though. It was a 2-1 game. Come on. We shouldn't have conceded them last 2 goals. 2 goals in 2 minutes in the at a time.
The bankers were like, "Ollie, Ollie, 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 Ollie out."
Ollie, oi.
Yeah, Ollie, 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 goodbye. That's what they said. Ollie, 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 goodbye. But you know what I mean? You have to take that. When they seen that, they were like, "Ooh, top 4 is in danger." You can't
talking about Ollie. He's set up a new business on it in Norway.
Fucking hell! What? Go on, talk to me. Tell us.
He set up a sponsor. No, he set up like a community project over in Norway.
Oh, big up, man!
Because they had some because with the storms in the UK and everything.
Yeah.
Well, they set up some sort of like I don't know if it's like a shelter fund or something, repair fund anyway. And he's donated a bunch of money towards it, and that helps.
That's nice of Ollie, man. Big up Ollie, man, for that. Big up Ollie for that, man. Big up Ollie. Yeah, man. 24 seconds FC, mate. Olachino FC. Rudy, what did they say? When you slap up with the Glazers, you were like, oh god. I wouldn't. I just. By the time we come out of that, I will have it signed and sealed and delivered that they were no longer all Man United. I won't.
I'd love to be in that room.
I'm not that violent.
I'll report. I'll get the notebook out.
I'm not that violent, but guaranteed they'll be signing over Man United. I've had the chance. I'm telling you. So anyway, let's get into it. So Cavani had a groin injury, and McTominay's still ill. Josh King is available for what, despite he's got back problems.
Yeah, he's got back problems.
Yeah, João Petro and Jurat Coca have recovered from respective calf and abdominal injuries, so they've got a couple of players back, a couple of good players back. We got smashed 4-1. That was 3 months ago, by the way. Yeah. So we put in another proper bad performance in midweek, and Roy Hodgson knows how to win at Old Trafford. So it's going to be this is what I'm saying. On his last 3 visits, Roy Hodgson, 2018, he's worked extremely. He won twice and drew once. Occasion 0-0. I remember I walked out. It was the time that, by the way, that was Scholes. Scholes like Formula One. I don't know if you saw him.
Yeah, I know.
Woo! He went around there. They're having their second wind of energy, just chasing each other like crazy guys. Guys, calm down. But yeah, I remember I walked out, and actually it was that game where I was on that United stand where people started fighting behind me because of me. I don't know if you ever saw the United stand clip, but if you type in my name or whatever onto YouTube and put United stand, people fighting, they start fighting. So that's the day that I told them.
Oh, was it that 0-0 game?
It was that 0-0.
For Mourinho. I remember now, because you were on the bike, weren't you?
Yeah. I get called over. And the guy, because Paul, bless him, Paul was like,
yeah, I know you're on about now, yeah.
He would be better than Timberland Boost, better than Lukaku. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember now, I remember.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, and I just think that Roy Hodgson knows how to get a result there. But yeah. I don't think they've got enough good defence. I'll be shocked if they keep it amazing, because they're prone to errors. Rascal, stop fighting. Well, stop play fighting. It's funny how they play fight, honestly. If I can show you guys, look how they play fight. Just watch. This is what happens. Can you guys see? Can you see, Tom?
Yeah, I can see partially, yeah.
Look at them.
Oh, wow. Mad.
It's like WrestleMania here, mate.
You don't even have to pay subscription.
Yeah. Go on, Tino. Go on, Scholes. Can you see it? Yeah, properly. Oh my
I
god!
can see it. Yeah, I don't know if people in the chat can see it. Just
Oh, it's
watching
brilliant.
live.
Brilliant. They're going at it. They're going at it. The two rascals are going at it, people.
We've got more fight than Man United at the moment. Put it that way.
Exactly. These two have, I swear to God, these two have. They've got more. Yeah. They've got more fight in them than Man United, mate. Put it together. Honestly, having these two in midfield all day. Sometimes when I come back from the game, they look at me and go, "Oh no, he's not happy, is he?" I'm like that with a key. You know what I mean? And they both look at me and go, "Oh Man United, that's shite, aren't they?" Hey, Cat Rumble FC, yeah, that's what it is. This is Cat Rumble FC. Big up Rio Mark and everybody else. It is Cat Rumble FC. So he knows how to get a result. I've been there. Dude is frustrated, and he knows what he's doing. Bless him. Good old Roy Hodgson. He's been managing for more years. I thought he said that's it. He's retiring. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, Roy's back on the wheel. You know what I mean? Roy's back on the wheel, innit? He's like, I'm retiring. I've had enough. You know what I mean? And there he is. He's back again. It's like a drug, innit? And they just pulled him back in, didn't they? They pulled him back in. But tomorrow, I have zero expectations because I don't know what's going to turn up. Bottle Job FC or Man United are going to turn up. You know what I mean? The real Man United, and they're going to get the points. But honestly, Therapy Army, I genuinely think from the Arsenal win last night, the momentum they're going to get now. They got 2 games in hand. We've got to play Liverpool and City in the next 2 games in the league. And Arsenal have only got, I think, hard games. I think they've got Tottenham still. I mean, I want to look at Arsenal's fixtures.
I think they've got Tottenham still to play. Yeah. They played City, haven't they?
Yeah. So
twice. I don't think have they been to Anfield yet?
Yeah, I think they have. Yeah, they got smashed in it. Remember, they got smashed up.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
I think they went mad and then the Liverpool played.
Yeah. I know what you're on about now. Yeah. I can't remember if they went back to the Emirates.
Yeah.
I know they've still got to play North London Derby, but apart from that, I think it's pretty rosy for them compared to us. We're on Rocky Hill Mountain at the moment.
Yeah. Yo, United Furbet TV, big up, man. Blessings and love, brother.
Big up.
Love. Big up and respect, man. So it's going to be a very interesting game. I think, like I said to you, I don't think Man United are in a good enough form to get top 4. For me personally, I don't think they are. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think they are. Me personally. So I called it a long time ago, and it'll be a surprise bonus. But you know me, I'd rather finish 10th or 9th. I don't want any Europa League football. Because we're not good enough. We're not good enough to be playing in Europe, to be honest with you, truly. And I want the next coach and manager to come in and to really have time in between, not being involved in European football.
Yeah.
Time to coach a system into these players. So then we can go and then challenge or go for the, you know what I mean? Then the season after, we will have a decent team.
That's it, yeah.
And knows how to compete. Because at the moment, it's just make up.
And the ironic thing, though, Nurjan, the ironic thing is, when you look at the 2 coaches out there that we're after, either Pochettino or Ten Hag, or as you call him, Olicino, we'll go with Poch for now. We'll go with Poch for now. But those 2, they had their best.
He's not magic in terms anymore. His name is Olicino. He's not magic anymore. His name is Olicino.
But anyway, what are we going to say anyway?
He's not magic anymore.
They had their best, should we say, setup starts at their clubs when they were at Spurs and Ajax. They weren't in Europe.
No.
And I know when Ten Hag went in there, they were in the Europa League at the time.
Yeah.
He built them up from there. And now they're sustained in Europe every year, but they're even they're competing in Europe. Put it that way. Even with Spurs, with Poch, they were absolutely nothing. I think then they got into the Europa League one year and they got knocked out by, I think it was Genk, the Belgian team. And then they sustained the top 4 and then got to the final and went Pete Tong from there. But even you look at it, the sustainedness. I think what Arsenal have done, I have to give Arteta credit for it. Because he has built something there. There is something there. As much as Arsenal fans are in denial about it and say, what project are we buying into, this, that, the other. They are doing something. He's done something with the young players, especially there. Smith Rowe, Saka and stuff. We did that with Ole, did we not? When we had, the likes of, we had obviously Greenwood, but obviously circumstances have changed. We had Rashford, Martial, that was the main, tune that we were playing off of. We brought some of the young players in, developed such as McTominay and that. Well, I don't know what we've developed into. Steroid machine or something. McFred. Fitness man. I mean, like we say, and we take it in terms of the form. None of these teams in the top 4 have form at the moment. Let's be real.
No.
If we're going for this top 4 race, then none of them has form. The only thing that teams have is games in hand.
Exactly.
Spurs at one point had 4 games in hand, and they've blown 2 of them already, and they've not capitalised. Arsenal, I think, have 2 games in hand from what you've just said there already. We can't even sustain victories. If you can't sustain performances, you're not going to sustain victories or results. It's not going to happen. And at the end of the day, until we get a actual emphasis in the team, so in terms of we have the team, we look like we're playing like a team. Because let's face it, Arsenal, for a full team, they're playing like a team at the moment. They're grinding the result. At the end of the day, they probably should have drawn against Wolves, but they got over the line in the end. That's the difference. We had that area on in the season where we hung on there in the Champions League and stuff, and we praised and lived off of Ronaldo for weeks on end, and he got us to this stage in the Champions League. Because if we didn't have him, we'd be nowhere with some of the big goals that he scored for us and the points that he's gained us. And like we say, we go from here where we have games like Watford, must win, by the way, must win, because we ain't coming out, we ain't going Anfield and the Etihad. I don't know about Old Trafford with Spurs, that could be a different story, but we ain't going over, Etihad and Anfield and picking up 6 points.
No.
I mean, if people can read into the future, by all means, brilliant. If we can roll back the years and get the old team in, you know what, we won't have a bloody chance. But like we say, we're in the position that we're in. We were also, title race, all this crap. I wasn't one who jumped on the wagon. You weren't even anything. Nothing changes. It only when it rains, it pours at this football club. and like we say, we've got players like Cavani, right? I'm just going to make this one point. Cavani, for example, he's on 200k a week. Somebody pulled up a stat. I think he's missed 39 games out of 93.
I said it, and people had a go at me when we signed him. I said
39 games. That's basically a whole season.
Listen. We need to remember, Benfica were signing this man. We just basically chucked the money at him.
Yeah. And
he said, "Yeah, okay, no problem."
We signed him and Nigalo and and Ahmed and Palestri all at the same time.
£30 million on a player who can't get in the Rangers squad. I mean,
listen, I wouldn't say he can't get in the Rangers squad because he started on his debut and he scored on his debut. He's just adapted. Unfortunately, Scottish football is physical. He's been chucked in the Lions' den, and his introduction has been a very tough one. So he can only get better though. He will adapt.
Yeah, he can only get better.
But... Things can only get better. They can only get. Come on, people, get into it. It's Friday, people. Let's go. Things can only.
I thought you didn't get giddy, Nuruddin.
Listen, things can only get better. I said, listen, I've got to do myself up for tomorrow. I'll do it. Listen, Cavani plays when he wants, mate. He plays when he wants. He plays when he wants. That Cavani, he plays when he wants.
Listen, the thing is, right, there's a culture. In fact, I won't say a culture. What there is.
Saeed's out and about. I think Saeed might be out and about, lad.
It's
out and about.
It's very, very evident that foreign players, if they don't feel 100%, they don't play. And for me, it's a common theme. Look at Roy Keane said it. He used to look at all the foreign players, Diogo Forlan. They had a slight knock. They didn't play. We just pushed through it. Everyone knows their body at the end of the day. But if he feels he can't perform 100%, he's not going to do it. And the way his gameplay is, he can't go through the motions. Yeah. But listen, it's just typical Man United. Sign a player that convince a player, beg a player to stay.
Yeah.
He doesn't play.
Yeah.
So,
we will be here, by the way, tomorrow, people. I'll be going to the game and we'll be here. We'll be here for the match reaction, hopefully. I'll try to get Saeed down, fingers crossed, for the match reaction to come here afterwards. But it's a crazy game, mate. It's gonna be an interesting and it's going to be a funny one. But Ralph Ranić, a couple of quotes from Rio Mart. Ralph Ranić talking about Rashford's form, saying that he needs to train regularly. I just think Rashford, I've been saying it, guys. He needs to go back to basics. Go back to basics, mate. He has to go back to basics and just play his way into a form. You know what I mean?
Listen, I think, with Rashford, do you know what needs to happen? He just needs to You need to drop him and just say to him, listen, lad, you're not playing well right now. Yeah. So keep your head in. Keep your head up. Keep your head down, sorry. Train. Just get back to the basics. Do you know Damien Duff was famous for being a tricky winger? Do you know what he used to do? He used to just kick the ball in front of the guy and run past him. Yeah. Basic, effective, worked all the time. Yeah. Okay. Arjen Robben cuts on his left, dribbles diagonal. The basics. I think with Rashford, I don't know if Rashford knows what position he plays. If I'm honest. Yeah. Well, you know what? I just want to say to Barbaro Helm, big up, bro. Join late, but what do you think of form? Listen, it looks like more like Phil Mitchell, mate. Get out. Get out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, listen, as long as Matt Judge is in charge of Manchester United football, he's a chief negotiator of Man United transfers, ain't nothing changing. The day you see me get a bit giddy, a little bit giddy, not too giddy, but a little bit giddy, it's the day that when he gets...
Well, we've just discussed it. We've just labelled a point there with Cavani.
Yeah.
200 bags a week, and what does he do? He goes to the boxing. I mean, he's in the wrong sport.
He's in there, mate. He's in there. He's having it. Arsenal not inconsistent. Big up, man. Listen, why not Sentiment FC? Listen, love Arsenal, hate Kroenke. You're not inconsistent, man. You are doing it. You got 2 games in hand, and you're 1 point behind Man United for top 4 position. So don't you worry, lad. Don't you worry. Of course it is, Logan. People are just falling for these things. Like I said, if Man United do serious things, get rid of Matt Judge, then you've got one ear. You know what I mean? If you put Mitchell in charge, then you've got the other ear. You've got both ears. You know what I mean? And then I'll have a look with I'll put the glasses down and I'll have a look. I'll come closer. You know what I mean? You get my attention then. By the end of the day, it's the prediction for tomorrow, Matt Reed. We've not come to that yet. So you're going a bit further ahead, lad, Matt Reed. Big up anyway. Big up to everyone. If you listen, there's almost 50 of you in here. I know it's a Friday night. I know a lot of you are out now, but please smash a like on the video. That's the least you can do, eh? Smash a like on the video. It costs you nothing. Just smash it like that. Like you're smashing one of the the bold-headed Glazer. The one that looked like CC Tops, yeah? Him. Smash a like for him, man. Just for him. You know what I mean? Smash a like he's smashing the back of his head. Giving him a backhand. Your like is like a backhand to the Glazer, so give it a like, lad. So more people can see this. This is the headquarters of the anti-Glazer movement, people. The anti-Glazer. And it's only me, Tom, and my brother Bobby at the moment. But other YouTube channels and other fan channels are not doing it. They're not. They're just like, yeah, it's this player's fault, it's that player. Yeah, we can get into that game. But at the end of the day, the way we run, mate, and that's why we were an embarrassment in that first half the other night.
Oh, you heard Fred say it, innit? You know,
yeah, I mean, Fred, they're not going to let Fred speak anymore, mate. They're going to, you know what they're going to get? A Julian journalist who's a spin doctor. That'll go with him to the interviews next time, yeah.
Ralph Hoggenstein will be there. He'll be behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
Chief PR officer.
Fine Margins FC. Big up, man. Fine. Oh, I missed that, didn't I? I missed Fine Margins FC.
Fine Margins.
Yeah. But big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video. It costs you absolutely nothing. Big up Khalees Romedin Nasrid. Thanks for joining, brother. Chief of United Real Therapy. He says Rashford, he's definitely not injured. He's definitely has no issue with the shoulder anymore. There we go. So Ranić, there he goes. He goes, there's nothing to add to that with him. Like with all the other players, when it counts, they're all in the pitch. And he started against Atletico. There we go. Ranić says, I'm not happy. I don't see any reason why you should not be happy. Our results have been good in the last couple of weeks and months. The team itself is in good shape. Hey, let's just check it out. Hey, are we in good shape? Hey, are we in good shape?
I tell you who's in good shape, mate. Rangers Football Club, mate. Come on, who are you? Dortmund, who are you? Dortmund, who are you?
Exactly. Right, Rashford tried to find his best possible shape, performance, and we'll try to give him a helping hand. Give the lad a helping hand. Give him a helping hand, eh? Give him a helping hand. That's what we need to do. But anyway, guys, please smash a like. Smash a like on the video. And this is where Ralph's big on video, innit? We show him a video footage and we speak with him regularly in training. And he's in top form. Woo! He's in top form. He didn't look like it. He looked like he was a bit lost. Ralph, if that's what you call top form, we're in trouble, mate.
This is what I mean. These aren't his words.
You know what? The bigger. You know what? This is what's his name? Ralph Honigstein.
Honigstein, yeah.
That's why I decided to play him. Now it's about having him having that transformation from training to the performance to performing to competition. I can't even speak properly. Right here. That is why I decided to play him. Now it's about him having that transformation from training performance to the competition in the league.
Not his words. Not his words.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Al's definitely getting more points out of the next 4 games than us. We have 2 games in hand. Top 4 looking grim. Listen, I called it out long. I thought 3 months ago. I said top 4 is gone, mate. Forget it. Randy, Marcus here. We have very similar situation as I can remember when Jaden 6 weeks ago. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We had the similar situation with Sancho, and Sancho looked lost as well the other night. They all looked lost. Honestly, the other night, it was so funny. I watching the game. I'm like, everybody looks like lost. Everybody looks like they're just walking. Like sometimes, when you're walking and you don't know where you're going because your thoughts are just in your head. Have you ever had that? Have you ever gone for a walk and you don't know where you're walking to because you're in your head and you just start whistling to yourself? That's what Man United players look like, I swear to God. They look proper lost. They were all on a one-man walk. Just like, I'll walk over there. I'll walk over there. That's how it was. Nobody was getting hold of the ball. Nobody was talking to each other. Nothing. Nobody was running. Everybody was just facing the play. It's just like, wow. Ranier, it's the player himself who has to perform and get the best out of his own performance. And that's the same with Marcus. There we go. Putting the pressure on Marcus. There we go. Ram's not messing about. These are new quotes. We just have to be active and proactive, as always, on the move. Make it hard for the other team to defend ourselves, and it has nothing to do with if. Woo! Right, here we go. Right, the fighting talk. God, Ralph, what's me having ya? Hey,
you think Ralph had been at boxing, not Cavani?
Yeah, man. He's playing left, right. He's on playing on the left or the right hand side. There we go. There we go. Put Grant Mitchell FC. There we go, Alicia. Big up Alicia. Alicia's always coming out with the big quotes. There have been quite a few Man United players asking additional information about the next opponents, the goalkeeper and our defenders. Oh, who's asking questions about that? There have been quite a few Man UFC players asking for additional information about the next opponents, the goalkeeper or defenders. What do you make of that, people, eh? Information.
Mervyn, you're on mute. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you fine.
I can't hear you, mate.
It's Friday. It's Friday in Edinburgh, mate.
I'll jump out and come back in.
Jump back in, lad. Jump back in. Randy, if Anthony really did, if Anthony Alanga really did do his research on Atletico Madrid, it just shows what kind of professional character he is.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Nurid, anyway. Let me ask you a question. With Rashford, because it's been talked about before.
Yeah.
Since he signed this mega contract, and I know it happens with a lot of players, as the money, because we saw what he was kind of similar to how Alanga is right now, where he was humble. He's humble, he's down to the ground, looks like he's up for it, wants to play and stuff, even if nothing comes off.
Yeah.
He seems to have lost that. And I don't know if people always throw the question, is it, money? Is it, I don't know, famous, sponsorship, fitness?
I've got my own views. Let me give you my 2 pence on this, Tom.
Yeah, go on.
I genuinely think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer overplayed him and overused him. And I think when you get and especially when you were suffering with 2 injuries, I mean, he came out at the end of the Europa League final saying that he couldn't even put his boot on. You know what I mean? And obviously he was injured all season. So I think when you get overplayed, and I think Bruno is suffering from the same, is that when you get overplayed, I think it affects you because you get fatigued. you get mentally tired. And obviously coming back from those 2 injuries, I just think that because he was injured and he's not being part of it. And the thing about Marcus, that's one of the things as well. He also wanted to play himself. When he's not in that limelight, or we wanted to play, he's addicted to that. He wants to be part of the gang. He doesn't like being away from it. And obviously he's split up with his girlfriend now, they're back together and all of this kind of stuff. All of these things, I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm just saying to you, his game to me has not developed as much because we've not had a coach. We've not had a coach. We've had to go and express yourself. You know what I mean? Put a smile on, lad, and go and express yourself, FC, for the longer years. And Jose didn't coach him. So I think he's drained. And I think him watching games and try to push himself. I know people who know Marcus, right? Obviously, Manchester's small. It's not that big. He's a working.
Yeah.
And, the talks. He's actually doing a lot of training. And actually, he might be fatiguing himself with that lot of training because he wants to succeed. He really wants to succeed. He's not a guy who's out and about on a night out and stuff like that. That's not honestly. That's not, you can't.
Yeah, it's not like the City contingent on a Saturday night.
No, he's not. The thing about Rashford is that he's not that guy coming out, falling out of like drunk, you know what I mean? Like playing that rock and roll football. That's not him. He's literally working a lot harder than a lot of people think. He actually models himself, and you think it's weird, on Ronaldo doing extra training, working on that, working on this. And I just think at the moment, sometimes you're trying too hard. And obviously, I've watched a lot of football a lot of time. The biggest thing what they say to you, even I played Sunday and Saturday League, and my touch wasn't coming up. You go back to basics. You don't try the Hollywood pass. I played in midfield. And that's me at amateur, not even amateur, just below amateur, just Saturday and Sunday League. And I'm like, oh my God, nothing is going right. And I just think, everybody tells you, every coach, every advice from you to go back to basics. Just get the basics right. Am I there physically? Can I battle for the second ball? Can I pass the ball just there? Not 30 yards or 50 yards. When you try too hard, we've all been there in life. I'm sure some of you do creative stuff, yeah? When you're trying too hard, what do? You get inside your own head.
You burn out, yeah.
Yeah, you get inside your own head. But you have to go back to basics. I said it. I said, Tom, you were there. I said, he shouldn't go to the Euros. He's going to be sat on the bench.
I agreed with you. I agreed with you.
And he should have been back with United a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can label a lot of footballers at what you said about the money and the fame and everything. No, he's actually doing way too much. He needs to stay off and just save some energy for the match day. Glazers out, mate. Always, Lee. Lasso Football TV.
Yeah.
Always out. Bankers out, mate. Always.
But Van Gaal was the only one I think personally that coached him properly.
Exactly.
He did the work with him. You could tell on the field because he had the breakaway runs. He had the no fear, the no die-hard attitude. I think in many ways that was what we should have got from players that we bought, the likes of your Depay's. Who were brought in to be these superstars, like when Rashford popped off on the scene. He was supposed to do that. And I think in some cases, when such as Van Gaal came to the league, he realised, I can't buy these little nippy players from 25 million pounds from the Dutch league and turn them into magic. It doesn't work like that in the Premier League. You need to know the roots of the league or, study it, understand it. Yeah. And that's why it takes footballers so long that come from Europe to come to the Premier League to adapt.
Some of them.
That's one of the reasons why I think Van der Beek possibly might be this situation. I know people say about not being able to play and stuff, but you need to know the league and stuff. You need to study these things before you come. And I don't think a lot of people realise in footballers' minds the situation there actually is. It's not just you're getting up on a morning, you get in your car and you drive around the corner to the training ground. No. Some of these players, they move country, they move everything, house, kids with the schooling and stuff, family, marriage, everything, business, everything has to get up sticks and move somewhere else.
Exactly.
And that just brings its own added pressure in its own. Like you said with Rashford, with personal problems with his partner and stuff, and family wise and that. Yeah, they're only human. This is the thing. They're not robots. They're not wired up.
Comes in. That's where the coaches come in. Listen, you're not on good form. Get off the pitch. Somebody else takes your place. And then they'll get frustrated and think, right, how do I listen? Also, there are some players, they find it really difficult. You have to simplify the game for them. if you put too much information in their head, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Too much information. And
this is what I mean. This is what I mean about this video analysis thing. This is what I mean. These players did not have any of this, and you could see as soon as he came in, and you could see. Oh, they're going to Solskjaer didn't use video analysis or anything like that. Are you kidding me? He probably couldn't even work the projector, let alone even try and put the session on. And the players even come out. Oh, we're having to take 2 hours of our time in an evening to study the game analysis that we've been sent. You play for Man United. You don't play for Cardiff. At the end of the day, you're getting paid 200 grand a week. What's 2 hours to study for a football match?
Exactly.
Anybody who watched the documentary with the Johan Cruyff model, it was a documentary a couple of years ago. Anybody who wants to go watch it, by all means, go and look it up and everything, or go and read the book about it. Yeah. He had people like Pep Guardiola and stuff. They understood his philosophy. He ingraded them, and they had 4-hour coaching sessions. Learn the basics of the game, the passing styles, the formation. Your personal, integrity in terms of, arm round a player's shoulder. Check out their personal life. Is it the right fit? What can we do to help them, support them? Every little detail is pinpointed, and that's a person. That's the sort of person that Man United need. They need more than a manager and a coach. They need, they need like a figurehead. They need somebody who is going to get up their asses. He's going to, control the dressing room, command that respect, but also he's going to, be that public face, not just in front of the media and for the club, but for the whole fan base. We've seen it many a time. When Klopp went to Liverpool, they were laughing, they were joking. When Pep went there, he went there with a different model. He went there with a serious model, the integrity, the respect that he commands. This is what I mean by you go and get coaches like you get your Ten Hags or whoever. They're going to come into the league and they're going to do something different where they've been.
Exactly.
Pochettino ain't going to come back here. Let me put it like this: Poch ain't coming back here, or Oli Chino. He's not coming back here, and he's not, laughing and smiling in the press conference. He's going to be downright serious. This is a big job, because at the end of the day, if PSG craps up and he ends up, just sitting there. He comes to Man United. If he don't work at Man United, he's gone. Mm-hmm. What's left for him? Nothing. Exactly. Maybe a return to Spurs. But say what you were going to say anyway, Nuruddin. Go on.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying, for me, Ten Hag, is Ten Hag going to go and make us challenge for the league? No. The football structure has to change for that. We have to get proper players in, get proper players out. It's a team effort. It's from the top. The whole club has to go into that effort. It takes a massive effort for Man United to go and challenge for the Premier League and the Champions League again. It's not just the one manager. He needs the structure around him that supports him. The whole club's got to be going that way. There is no magic. There's no magic bullet. There's not one person that's going to come and go, ooh, he's going to come with their flipping, you know what I mean? Like, going to come with their Harry Potter. You are some magic spell.
Go and get Graham Potter then.
Exactly. Listen, KP all the way from Philly. Lovely Philly. Big up, man. Big up, brother. Big up Khalisla Marine Lasting, man. Big up the panel. Big up love, brother. Always. Big up, man, like Ray. Big up to every one of you, man. Listen, please smash a like on the video. At the end of the day, it's nearly, 11 o'clock and we're here. It's past 11 o'clock.
Where's the sports psychologist?
Yeah, top form. There we go. Homework FC, mate. Hey, hi, bro. Thanks for helping me out. I'm moving to Manchester. Boom, Aroom. Man, like Aroom. Big up, bro. I hope you find some place to stay, bro. I hope you find. I tried. I asked a couple of people, but they had their rooms. The rooms were already taken, bro. But love and respect, Arun. Big up, Arun. Arun's moving to Manchester, man. So hopefully we get to see Arun. So fingers crossed, I get to see more of you. 11 strangers on the pitch. That's what they look like. Yes, brother. 100%, mate. It's like, do I know you? No, I don't know you. Here we you.
That's what I mean. This is what I mean, though. We don't play like a team. Exactly. At the end of the day, this is the problem, and we can, like we say, the show's about the preview for Watford. We shouldn't even have to think about who is our starting 11. Yeah. What formation we're going to play. Is it going to change? What's the play style? What's the tactics? It should be set in one stone. Like you say, the Pep Guardiola model. You go there, you play the high line, you contain teams in their own half, and you pick them off. Liverpool, rock and roll, high press at the field, contain the opposition, win the ball back in their own half and score in the next 10 seconds. That's the Liverpool model. You know, there's loads of philosophies out there that you can go down. Ten Hag, like I've said to you many a time when I've come on here, and nobody's gone against me in saying it. Some people have agreed with me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I think he's an understudy of Pep Guardiola. I think his play style, the manner, the demeanour, and sort of person he is with the press, the person that he was with the directorship with Ajax and stuff, with Overmars and Van der Sar and that, good connections and stuff, and he helped structure the club. He put Mark Overmars' name forward to Edwin van der Sar when he first came through the door and said, that's the guy I want to work with. And this is one of the reasons why we have to weigh it up with the manager who we're going to go and get, if it's Poch or if it's, Ten Hag. Because if Poch comes in, can you honestly see him going on a Zoom call with Joe Gleason and saying, oh, I want Paul Mitchell to be my chief scout? It put my judge out of a job at the end of the day.
Exactly. Listen, big up. Listen, Tom, I think you're making some clear points there. Big up Hantumi. Big up Hantumi. No, what movie? Yeah. Hantumi, big up, bro. Why? The Duke. I recommend The Duke. That's the film I'll recommend. The Duke. The Duke. Let me just see.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's really good. Proper British film. You need to check it out.
What's it about? What's it about? What's it about?
It's about The Duke. It's based on true events, actually.
All right.
It's based on true. So The Duke is it's a British comedy drama film directed by Roger Mitchell, screenplay by Richard Bean, Clive Clowen, and the film starts. It's a very interesting film. It's based on this Newcastle. So in the 1960s, a Newcastle taxi driver steals a portrait of Duke of Wellington in the National Gallery.
All right.
Yeah. So it's Jim Broadbent, Helen Mirren, Matthew Goody, and they're the pieces. Really good cast, but it's a quintessential British feel-good anti-establishment film. You need to check it out. You need to check it out, honestly.
Yeah.
It make you laugh. You come out laughing and feeling good about yourself. That's what. Yeah, but listen, let's get into it, people. What's the team we're playing tomorrow? Predictions. I think United should win. Because they can't defend really. They're not that decent at defending, but they've got really couple of days. They whacked us 4-1. Then they were making hell of a chances in that first half. So it could be a game. But let's get into it, people. Let's get into it. What team are you picking tomorrow, Tom? Give me your team.
Well, last time I said about playing a back three, we played a centre back at right back. So I don't think I should do that, really, should we? No. But I think De Gea is obviously mandatory. Back four. I personally, I want to see Tellez play. Yeah. Maguire, captain, can't obviously be dropped unless he has an illness or something overnight, like McTominay, or he pulls a sickie and goes to boxing, like Varney did, for example. But at the end of the day, so probably stick Maguire in there. Varane probably must. Rolls Royce, we know the stereotype with that. Yeah. Personally, I want to see Wan-Bissaka play tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to say. I think he deserves to play.
He looked good, didn't he, when he came on?
I think he looked good when he came on, and also in the game against Leeds as well. I know it was a game made for him, like we all agreed on. But I just think he's upped his game a little bit, considering that he's been out of the team for a little while. Like with, similar thing that's happened with Dalot when Wan-Bissaka were number one choice and stuff. But I think it's good to have competition at your football club. City, every week in. A place at City, it's not guaranteed every week for any of them players, put it that way. And that's what we need at our football club. We need competition. We need people who's going to, drive for these emphases. Like I said, Rashford's place, up for grabs. Because of this emergence with Elanga. But anyway, I'd go with Wan-Bissaka at right back and that'd complete me back four. Yeah. I personally tomorrow, if he's fit and he's ready to play, I want to see Matic. I think Fred McTominay sit it out. Well, McTominay can't play anyway. But I want to see those two sit it out. I want proper ball playing midfielders tomorrow. People who can control the midfield, control the game. And not let, such as Watford's, nippy style in the midfield contain us. Yeah. That's why I want to see Matic play. I want to see Pogba and Fernandes play ahead of him. And I want to see front three, Sancho. I want to see Ronaldo and I want to see Elanga. I would play all the big guns. I would eat like you say with Fred and McTominay. Listen, this isn't. I don't think the sort of game for them. Personally, I think if we can control the midfield against Watford, they can't really do a lot in many cases. I don't think they can do a lot because their best bits of play and Roy Hodgson's best bits of play, even when he was at Palace against us, came through the midfield because we'd never controlled the midfield. But Palace had better midfielders than Watford do. They have your McCarthy's, your Milinkovic's, your what's his name, Colin Gallagher's. These type of players you can control and dictate a midfield. Whereas Man United, we do have those players. They just put over the hill. Yeah. Matic did that for Chelsea, and they won 2 league titles at the end of the day. But how many years ago was that now?
Yeah,
years and years down the line.
Yeah. It's way a bit ago. He's way a bit ago. But can he last? To me, we start with him and then bring somebody else on.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Start with him for like 60 minutes, and then you bring on Fred or somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Take the last 30.
We've got about 8 days break in between tomorrow's game and the City game. You know that because it's FA Cup weekend next week, isn't it? And we're out of the FA Cup. So
this is what I mean. These are good things, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying to you. So
we weren't going to win it anyway. So let's put it like we weren't going to beat City, Liverpool, or Chelsea. So
exactly. So what I'm saying to you, he can play. It's not like we've got another big game coming up 2 days later. So he can play 60, 70 minutes tomorrow. But let's hope. I think I agree with that midfield. I want to see Tellez. Maybe give Wan-Bissaka a chance again, or Diego Dalot. I don't care, to be fair. I just want Lindelof and Varane in the middle. I don't want Maguire.
That's what I want, but I'm going logically because I think Maguire is going to play.
No, but I can just wish and pray in it. You know what I mean? I can put it out to the universe. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit there tomorrow and just see Maguire get bullied again by Dennis. I don't want that, lad. I don't want it. I want that. I don't want to see that.
Dennis and Sarr, man.
Yeah. Dennis and Sarr. Oh gosh. Honestly, Dennis and Sam, Robin
and Josh King.
Especially Luke Shaw plays. Oh my God.
Listen. I'm at the point that I'm not too an Earth fan when we did Atletico show. Tellers did more in 15 minutes than Shaw did in 75. I mean, come on, it's logical now. He's past it. He's just not there. Same with Rashford. Our whole left-hand side was basically gridlocked. It was like we'd put a barrier up against the sun because there's no connection there. At least when we have a player like Tellez who's forward thinking, he motivates the player ahead of him. Even if it was like the young kids such as Elanga, for example, or Sancho, he motivates them to get higher up the field because he's pushing up higher up the field. And these are the sort of things that we say at our club. Same with the likes of Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka is a good player to have. Don't get me wrong; he's not perfect. You know, he's not the best thing since sliced bread. But at the end of the day, in some games you're going to need to be defensive. You're going to need to think that way. Like I said, we're not going to Liverpool and blowing them out of the water and playing this high press and everything. Gengham press it against Klopp. We're going to have to be compact. We're going to have to be defensive. And that's why players like Wan-Bissaka are useful to use. But the one thing I want to see in these next upcoming games, like we said, we've got the big games with City, Liverpool, Spurs. We have to be smart. We have to be, and what I mean by have to be smart is we have to be, constructive in the players that we pick for per game. We can't afford any injuries. Put it like that in these 3 games. If we have a major blowout with some of our key players, likes of say Varane, the likes of a catastrophe with Fernandes or a Pogba or somebody, or Elanga, who's our shining light at the moment. If we have a major blowout, or Ronaldo, for example, Cavani's, high over the hill watching boxing, we're going to be in trouble at the end of it. We already are in trouble.
Well,
we'll be in more severe trouble.
Well, do you know what? It's going to be very interesting because in March, the fixtures.
This is what I mean. We're going to get absolutely curdled over.
City, Liverpool, Spurs, Atletico. Woo! It's going to be mad. It's going to be absolutely mad. Listen, big up to everybody. For me, my team tomorrow is like Varane, Lindelof. I don't care who the fullback. You know what? I just want to see Tellez and maybe Wan-Bissaka. You're right. I want to see Matic, Pogba, Bruno because we've got to play with one defensive. We need to attack them tomorrow. And then Sancho on the left. I won't play Marcus tomorrow. I will just get him to come on towards the end.
Yeah, get Anthony on. Get Anthony.
Yeah, I got Anthony Elanga on. He's just on a high. So yeah, you score, mate. You are there. You rescued us.
Do you know what? Right, I'm just going to make one point. I'm surprised that we never tried Sancho, Martial, and Elanga.
Well, this is what, bro. Listen, we can't talk about that.
I just think they link, don't you?
Listen, of course,
in your head, they're all intellectual. They're all similar style players.
Tom, remind yourself. Yeah, remind yourself. What was the key player to the victories against Man City away in the last couple of seasons at the Etihad? Martial. Martial is the guy who's holding up the ball, relieving the pressure at times. But listen, it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, there's that team. But I'm gonna push you now because I think we've been on for 50 minutes. Mus says this. Can somebody tell me what's Ralph's system or tactic? For me, he doesn't have any. Yeah, you know what? You might be right, but at the end of the day, his system is to play very aggressive, Jurgen press all over the pitch, and to win second balls. But Man United players are not fit enough to do that. They're not.
They're not fit enough, and he's not going to be here long enough to implement it anyway.
And he didn't bring a coach. He didn't bring a fitness coach. I said it. Me and Tom said it here. You got to bring a fitness coach. All these fitness coaches are still there. They don't know that. So for Ralph to work his magic, you're gonna need the fitness coaches and the incredible fitness levels and the physicality. We don't have that. But anyway, predictions tomorrow. Let's go. Go on, Tom. Talk to me. We're at home. Old Trafford. Old Trafford. Are we having it or what?
I don't know. Well, last time I said 2-0, I got absolutely rinsed, didn't I?
I mean, it shows you the type of season we're having. We're at home to Watford.
We're at home to Watford and we're sweating, guys.
We don't know what to expect.
I mean, do we get 4-1 back? You never know. Stranger things have happened. No. To be fair,
all I know is that Roy is gonna get them to keep it tight. Keep it tight. They're gonna play like you. We're gonna think they got 15 on the pitch. The amount of ground they're gonna cover for Roy, and he's gonna try to get them with Sarr and Dennis. So nick one on the break. So
that's why I think it'll be 2-1. I think we will score and I think we will win the game. I just think they will have something in the game.
Exactly.
It'll put a spanner in the work. Well, they might score first. You never know.
Exactly. And big up Bonn United. He brings in another point. You can't play Gegenpress with slow Maguire on short end. Yeah, this is true. We can't play that Gegenpressing. Listen, Georgie B saying, big up Georgie B yesterday, saying 3-1 United, 2-1 Natalie saying, 4-1 United, Young Boys is saying, 2-2. Wow, Moss is saying 2-2. 1-1 at best. You know what I mean? A long time I don't predict United games. Exactly. You can't predict it. Luke Shaw is the sleeping policeman. Wow.
He's caught off guard.
I don't know about that. What have you been watching for you to think like that? Big up. That's where he's an Arsenal fan for saying that. Big up, Sentiment FC, man. Big up. He's hard on the Cronkies like we are on the Glazers. Big up, man. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Tom, let them know where they can find you, man. At the end of the day, we're going to go there. I think maybe 2-1 United because we can't keep a clean sheet. But we have to score. If they score first, it's going to end up in a draw. Or we could lose. I'm telling you now. Because they're going to do everything to protect that league. But I just think if we score first, the confidence is not going to be there as much if we score first. So fingers crossed, we can bag a goal or two. And then hopefully they'll have to come out and then we can get Rashi on to go and get someone on the counter. get
Rashi and McFred.
We'll get Rashi all over them and hopefully they can get 1 or 2 on the break. Yeah, man. There we go. Bristol. Bonn United saying Bristol bankers out, mate. Glazers out always. This is what it is. That's why you got to smash a like on the video, people. Seriously. Fingers crossed it's a Ronaldo hat trick. I want to sue Sue again, man. I've missed Sue at Old Trafford. Don't
be one of them. Don't be one of them suing in the car park.
Where are you, Sue? Can I buy you a hot chocolate at half time? Let me see it. Oh, Zoo.
Listen. There might not even be any hot chocolate at half time.
Oh my God.
A technical error.
I forgot me. I forgot. Listen, we'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll try to get back here as soon as I can. But I'm thinking 5:30 or 6 o'clock we're gonna have to analyze it properly. We'll analyze the performance around 4.
We'll get the magnifying glass, guys. We'll get the magnifying glass.
We'll have the magnifying glass. Tom hopefully will join us. We'll get a couple other people to join us. But peace, love, light, Glazers
guys.
out, bankers out. Let's hope we see Sue in the car park tomorrow. But like, Zoo, we've missed you. Get in, Zoo. Let's get in. Get you in there, Zoo. Get you all over that ground. Zoo, where is she? She's up there. Zoo. She's everywhere. She's bloody everywhere. I want to be on that Zoo juice tomorrow. Fingers crossed, eh? But anyway, love, like, please smash a like on the video on your way out, people. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like I said to you, the sooner we get to 5,000, that new channel is coming, I promise you.
Yeah, come on, people, come on.
Yeah, that new channel is coming. So we'll be talking about, reacting to stuff, breaking news, issues about global geopolitical issues, films. Like I said to you, last week's film tip was to go and watch the Charlie Chaplin documentary. This week's is to go and see The Duke. The Duke. So The Duke is this week's. Last week's was the Charlie Chaplin documentary. So we'll be going into further detail of those films and food and music. So you'll get it all, people. So let everybody know. Let everybody come and join the therapy army. We're the only channel that's telling it as it is, people. We don't try to. I've not seen Sue for ages. I've not seen her. I'll be like, Sue, where are you? I've not seen her for ages. I miss her. She's beautiful. She's so beautiful, Sue. I just want to hang out with Sue again. You know what I mean? I want to hang out. So yeah, man, definitely enjoyed Irfan. Yeah, of course, Irfan's always there, man. He's always there. He's a good egg, that Irfan. He's a good lad.
He's got a lot of records, though. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
That's a bit in it, honestly, he was trying to be like humble, but honestly, I reckon he's about 50,000 or maybe even more. He doesn't even he's got records at a couple of other friends' houses. They're there. You know what I mean?
He's got more.
He's got more, mate, in different houses.
Wow.
Our friends, they've just borrowed it. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it's got more records and.
Wow.
Honestly,
mad love, respect here, fan, man.
He's been collecting since he was a teenager.
Wow. Bloody hell.
He's a
big up to him.
So yeah. And his new track is out with that Jamaican poet. Rastafari, yeah. So big up. Listen, unfortunately, Wolfie has got anxiety around cats and kittens. So Alicia, Wolfie's no longer. I have to kick the cats out first to bring Wolfie in. So that's how it is. But please smash a like, Tom. Let them know where they can find you, brother. Let them know where they can find Tom Journalist 1 on Twitter. And yeah, you always see him on the United Real Therapy on here, you know what I mean? So that's where you can find Tom. And obviously you can follow us on Twitter as well. But we'll see you tomorrow around 5:30, 6 o'clock, where we will be breaking it down, and we're getting that magnifying glass out and see if we can spot Sue. See what Sue's been up to. I'll let you know. Yeah. Oh gosh. 5:30 tomorrow is going to be it's Everton versus City. Oh my God. I think Everton can be dragged into this, but let's see what Donny does against that interesting midfield. We'll see.
Might be on the bench.
Yeah. No, he won't be. He won't be. He started.
He will be. He's starting to get games now.
No negativity today. We're gonna go and see. Everybody's waiting to see Zoo tomorrow. Zoo, where are you, Zoo? Where are you? She'll be all over. She'll be painting the Old Trafford red tomorrow, Zoo. Peace, love, light. Take care.
Peace, guys. Peace.
Bankers out.
Peace, everyone.
Take care. Ah, my pub.